You're with the biggest union here in France and you're based near the French capital. When you hear the plans laid out there by the French government, the argument that the economic impact would be too great unless restrictions started to be lifted at the start of May, what do you think about that?
When I heard the Prime Minister, Edouard Philippe, yesterday, I remember the movie with Arnold Schwarzenegger, Total Recall. But this movie with Edouard Philippe was total blurry. It's a nonsense. You speak about a strategy. I saw never strategy in what I heard yesterday. For example, other schools. This is craziness. We've got no mask in France, no test. Of course, Edouard Philippe said that we will have 20 million of masks in 15 days, in 50 days. But we are waiting for masks since months. Mm-hmm. We are waiting for tests since months. And Edouard Philippe say, okay, in 20 days, in 50 days, we will have mask and test. My trade union, CGT, say, no protection, no work. Okay, in France, we are watching what happens in other European countries, and we know that in your country, in Great Britain, since some days, another virus close to the COVID-19 is concerned the children. Okay, and if in your country you are very.
Sorry, Mr. Amar, to interrupt you, but if going forward, if we do have the protections in place, like the wearing of face masks, do you then think that it is viable to open up? I mean, economically, the government's argument is that at a certain point there is no other choice, that we're already going into recession, that businesses have to keep going again. You mentioned there the schools, they're reopening. He says it's voluntary, but then, of course, one wonders how parents, are they going to be still given benefits if they choose to stay at home?
But the point is the security. You can say to people, okay, your children will return because we will have masks and tests, and this is not true. You know, the government don't say the truth since the beginning. A few weeks ago, the government say you don't need mask, because we don't have masks. So the solution for the government was telling to people that we don't need masks, and it was wrong. So here in France, the people, the population, doesn't believe that the government say. I repeat.
And the argument that the economic risk is growing all the while that we're in lockdown?
Okay, the economic risk, I understand that. But the health of people, this is the most important point. You don't have a point more important than the health and the life of people. The population life is the most important point.
Indeed. Mr. Amar, we're having some delays on the line. I think we'll have to leave it there. But thanks so much for joining us. And indeed, that very clear message that protection clearly comes first when it comes to the population, everyone concerned about the economy. But without the right measures in place, just too dangerous to move forward. Mr. Benjamin Amar there coming to us. He's a member of France's largest trade union.